Have you ever seen a righteously racist Christian? Well, there you go. And he black. But before I get into the context of what he's talking about, let me explain something to you. I speak to everybody respectfully. At least I try to. Until that person deems themselves not worthy to be spoken to respectfully. So I'm going to give you the one shot of letting you know. Your commentary initiating it with, did I tell you not to listen? I am not your child, nor am I a child. So you need to be mindful of how you write. I know that tone can be lost in text, but you might want to learn how to write a little bit better, because that comes off as if you're scolding somebody, and I'm the wrong one for that. But anyway, let's get into the subject matter. And the subject matter here is the fact that how can you be so righteous towards your Bible belief but yet be so racist? And at first I thought that was a problem, but the more I thought about it, I realized that that is exactly what your Bible talks about and what your Bible promotes. You see, one of the biggest issues concerning your Bible is the fact that your God has chosen people, and then to others who are not chosen, your God genocides those people. But you have seemed to made it into a modern day racist thing where you're saying that if a person is Caucasian, then they cannot have any valid information concerning this book, because this book is written in code, and only the black man rather is able to decipher what the code is. That is an incredibly ignorant and racist thought process, that only the black man can figure out the code of the Bible. First of all, there is no code of the Bible. The Bible is not written in code. There are certain things in the Bible that are hermetic. There are certain things in the Bible that are mysterious to the layman reader. But the Bible in itself, written in a code to which only the black people can figure out what that code is one of those bullshit things that people utilize to create cults. And it would seem to me that that would be your goal, is to create a black Christian cult that thinks that the Bible was written for them by them. But the Bible was not. Many of you think that the Bible is an Afrocentric book, but it is not an Afrocentric book. It is a Levantian, Hellenistic, Roman book. It was not written by Africans. It was not written by people in sub-Saharan Africa or West Africa, to which my and the overwhelming majority of darkly melanated Africans come from. This Bible was written by people who lived in the Mediterranean Levant. They had mixtures of the Mesopotamian people and a little tiny bit of mixturing from East Africans. But for the most part, this is a Mediterranean writing that has little to do with people who are of sub-Saharan Africa. This book does have elements that are similar to what was being taught in sub-Saharan Africa, what was being taught in the Americas and taught all over the world prior to them dominating with their guns and their knives and their swords. But there is in no way no code in this book that is only meant for black people. That is incredibly narcissistic and racist. And the fact that you would believe that just tells me that you are a person who feels that your only way to alleviate the oppressive nature that you have felt your entire life is to find someone else to scapegoat and blame. And then in that way, you can feel better about your situation, because you can feel better that God is on your side and that you're the only ones who know God. If that's the case, why the hell is black people suffering so much for the last 400 plus years through colonization and slavery? If they know God, oh, my bad, I forgot. They the children who disobeyed, right? They the children who disobeyed, and then God has been punishing them for the last 400 years for their disobedience. Because your God in your book does say that if you don't follow his rules, that he gonna punish the shit out of his children. But the only problem is, the Africans don't come from the Hebrews at all. My ancestors, your ancestors, been around a hell of a lot longer than there's ever been a Hebrew. There was no mentioning of a Hebrew until the 1400 BCE in the Merneptah Stele. Beyond that, there is no Hebrews in existence. They were, prior to that, they were all Canaanites. So you might want to go do some history, because in my next video I'm gonna tell you about the fact that there was African civilizations that are way older than any Hebrew. So y'all have a great day, and remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself and not be racist like this motherfucker, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.